What's up guys, it's here by Nino Wakwaji, and welcome back to another big baller video on Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Multiplayer Season 1 Reloaded. In today's video, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my top 5 meta class setup ARs after the most recent update of Black Ops 6 Multiplayer. Yesterday I showed you guys my fastest killing or favorite SMGs of Black Ops 6, and today I decided to show off my ARs. The reason for that is because there's been a lot of changes within the most recent update. First off, a lot of guns got buffs and nerfs, mostly buffs, in terms of like your damage ranges and stuff like that. But also, every gun got improved because visual recoil was decreased, aiming out of sway was decreased, so all the guns just feel magnificently better to use. And I know it's currently double XP weekend, plus we got the free trial week going on right now, so I'm sure you guys are going to be wanting to slay out. So you guys are excited to see my top 5 ARs within Black Ops 6 Multiplayer and rock them for yourselves? Make sure you guys drop a like in the video, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. If you're new to the channel, I upload high kill, Warzone, and multiplayer gameplays here, including funny moments and tips and tricks to help you guys get better at the game. So you enjoy the entertainment and everything, definitely do subscribe as we're on the road to a 250,000 subscribers for the Black Ops 6 year here. I feel like you'll love the content here. Just, not biased or anything, but I think you'll like it here. Just saying. But with all that yapping out of the way, let's go ahead and start things off with our first gun here, which is going to be the Model L, having very nice recoil control as well as a very solid TTK, and it's one of the most prime guns to use. Just so you guys know in advance, I'll be showing you guys a 5 attachment and an 8 attachment class for every AR here, so you guys are equipped for any sort of situation. But with that being said, let's go ahead and give you guys the attachments. So starting things off, our optic here is going to be the Kepler Microflex. The iron sights aren't particularly nice on the Model L unless you're using the STG blueprint, so having a red dot is going to be really key in having better accuracy and thus a faster time to kill. Muzzle-wise, we got the suppressor, allowing us to stay off the minimap every time we shoot, and this will allow us to build up our streak. Underbarrel-wise, we got the vertical foregrip for that horizontal recoil control, keeping this gun as steady as possible, but if you want a little bit more movement speed, you could put on the Ranger foregrip, but I just like accuracy personally. Magazine, we got the extended mag 1 to allow us to have a 40-round mag, so we have as much ammo as possible for multiple opponents. And for our rear grip, we got the ergonomic grip for both the side of fire speed and dive to fire speed, which helps with our omni movement, as well as extra ADS speed to help the gun be a little bit more snappy. Legitimately, with these 5 attachments in hand for the Model L, you're going to be just botting the opponents. First off, the Model L is disgusting. It has very little recoil to begin with, and now that we've got those visual recoil improvements, this gun's no joke, bro. It really isn't. But of course, this is just a 5 attachment class setup. Let's go ahead and hand this gun 8 attachments, see what it can do. And here's our 8 attachment class setup for the Model L, adding on the barrel of the long barrel to maximize that damage range, the stock of the balanced stock for overall more movement, and then even more recoil control with the recoil springs. Legitimately, with these extra attachments in hand, the gun is already good without them, but now you're just, literally, it feels like you're cheating with this gun. It's too easy to use. Even at farther ranges, it's super easy to control the recoil, so, just get yourself familiar with the Model L, and you'll have a fun time. Like, these top 5 ARs, even from number 5 here, are lethal. Now, before we get to the other 4 amazing ARs in this list, I thought I'd show you guys my general loadout. My secondary is usually the Strider 22 or the Siren 9mm. If you guys want to see the loadouts for these, just check out my SMG, my top 5 SMG videos. Don't really want to waste time showing you guys the classes for that right now. Tactical is going to be Stim Shot, Lethal of the Semtex, Field Upgrade of the Assault Pack, or the Scrambler, whatever you want. Scavenger, Assassin, and Double Time are my usual red perks, allowing us to have the Enforcer specialty, giving us more movement speed as well as a health regeneration rate, allowing us to just stay alive longer. And whenever I'm not running Gunfighter, which allows me to have 8 attachments, if I'm running a 5 attachment build, I usually have perk Greed, allowing me to have the 4th perk of Flak Jacket, or you could have Ghost or Ninja, depending on the situation that you're in. So that's pretty much the general loadout that I use on every class setup here. So that being said, let's move on to the other guns. And speaking of which, our number 4 AR here is going to be the good old XM4. Legit, this gun is amazing in both multiplayer and Warzone, but here in multiplayer, it's got a solid time to kill, and you guys know, it has no recoil, especially with the attachments you can put on it. Let's rock and roll. For our 5 attachment class, we got the muzzle of the suppressor, allowing us to just build up our streak. Underbarrel here that I recommend is the Ranger foregrip for that horizontal recoil control as well as printing movement speed. Magazine here is going to be the extended mags 1, so we have a 45-round mag, but of course you can put it up to a 60-round mag, or even that legendary 100-round drum mag, so you can just spray and pray to your heart's content. The stock here is easily going to be the buffer weight stock. It allows you to have basically 0 recoil on the XM4, which is kind of crazy, so just put this on. Legit, no other recoil control attachment is needed. And for our fire mod, we're going to put on rapid fire just because we can. We don't even care about recoil at this point or any of the downsides because the buffer weight stock really does the heavy lifting here. And if you wanted to put on an optic, I guess you could sacrifice the Ranger foregrip at that point. But literally, this build is insane. The buffer weight stock legit is transforming the XM4 from like an easy to use weapon to just like an aimbot weapon. It's actually insane just how easy it is to use this weapon and just destroy a multiplayer. I don't even think you need the 8 attachment class, but we're gonna give it to you anyways because it's the XM4. Why not? And here's our 8 attachment class setup for the XM4. We added on the barrel of the longbow to maximize that damage range. We added on the rear grip with the ergonomic grip for side of fire speed, dot to fire speed, and ADS speed. And we got the laser, the Strutlock laser for better ADS accuracy. And of course, you can sacrifice the laser for our red dot if you need a red dot, but legitimately, I mean, this gun's already overpowered with the 8 attachment or the 5 attachment build. With 8 attachments, it's just legitimately unfair. Like, there's no... It's the XM4 with the buffer weight stock. It's easy money. Literally easy money with this gun. For our third AR here, we got the AK-74. Has some of the best damage and ranges within the AR department, allowing you to just destroy the other opponents. However, its recoil kind of gets in the way. But of course, you guys know my class setups will handle the recoil perfectly for this gun, but you still can't handle the recoil. It's all good. All the other guns on this list are amazing. Let's go ahead and give you guys the class. Optic, of course, is going to be that Kepler Microflex or whatever optic you're comfortable with. Muzzle here is going to be the suppressor, but of course, you want a little bit more recoil control, you could run the ported compensator or the compensator instead of the suppressor. You know, it's up to you. Just know you will be on the minimap. Underbarrel-wise, we get that vertical foregrip for maximum horizontal recoil control, which this gun desperately needs. Magazine is going to be extended mag 1, allowing us to have 40 rounds instead of 30 rounds and allow us to body more opponents with one magazine. And the rear grip is, of course, that classic ergonomic grip. I don't feel like I got to explain that anymore. But when it comes to the AK-74, thankfully, the visual recoil improvements definitely helps this gun a ton. Like, you're able to see whatever the heck you're shooting and thus controlling it, allowing you to just destroy people at a very decent range is very nice. Now, of course, if you try to stretch your ranges, a little bit hard to control, but still manageable, as you guys can see there. You know, just get used to the bullet velocity, and you'll end up wrecking. It's just a 5 attachment class. Let's give it 8 now. And here's our 8 attachment class setup for the AK-74, adding on the barrel of the long barrel for maximum damage range, the stock of the balance stock for more movement, and then even more recoil control with the recoil springs. So with this, especially the recoil springs and the vertical foregrip together, this gun is a lot more controllable. Now, there's still going to be some difficulty, you know, just some, but with the power that this gun now has and the accuracy, you're going to enjoy the AK-74 a lot more. Now, with that being said, it still is a bit of a skill gap. But even if you don't end up liking this gun, the other guns on this list are amazing as well. But let me know if you're a fan of the AK. This thing shreds. Now, I think the number 2 gun is probably going to be the most popular out of this entire list, and that's going to be the Krig C. Has a time to kill that's very close to the AK, just slightly slower than the AK. But the thing with the Krig C is that it has no recoil. This thing is very easy to use, in my opinion. And let's go ahead and give you guys that class, make it even more powerful. Optic, once again, is that Kepler Microflex or whatever optic you're comfortable with. The muzzle is going to be that good old suppressor to allow us to build up our streak and stay off the minimap. The barrel that I like using is the long barrel. Just allows this gun to melt even faster at farther ranges and compete with the other ARs. Magazine is going to be the extended mag 1 to have 45 bullets instead of 30 bullets. And for our rear grip, we got that classic ergonomic grip for all the, you know, movement and ADS benefits. And legitimately, I mean, I don't got to say much about the Krig C. This gun is an absolute freaking cheat code, laser beam, whatever the heck you want to put it. And with this new reactive, I mean, you can now destroy in style. Now, it kicks to the right a little bit, you know, a little bit up to the right. So, of course, you still need some recoil control. You can put on a compensator or whatever. But for the ranges you're going to be using this in for multiplayer, you know, for Warzone, you're going to need all that recoil control. But, you know, in multiplayer, you just need these 3, and you're going to be rocking. But, of course, just a 5 attachment class. Let's give it 8 attachments now. So now, to make the gun a true laser beam with the 8 attachment class setup, we added the vertical foregrip for that horizontal recoil control, the recoil springs for overall recoil control, and the stock of the balance stock for even more movement speed. So if you thought the Krig C was absolutely cracked out before, now this thing truly doesn't move at all. Like, you pretty much have removed as much recoil control that you can without adding a compensator. As you can see, getting these dummies in here is easy money. I mean, the Krig C is legitimately a cheat code. And like I said, you could add a compensator and truly give it 0 recoil. Legit a dangerous gun. And now for the number 1 fastest killing AR, my personal favorite to just sweat on people with, we got the AS Val. Like I said, fastest killing AR, one of the fastest fire rates as well, very mobile as well. I don't really gotta say much. Let's give you guys the class. Barrel here is gonna be the suppressed long barrel to maximize the damage range of this gun as much as possible. It does have a short damage range compared to the other ARs, so I feel like this is the most beneficial one to put on this gun. Underbarrel wise, we gotta put on that vertical foregrip. We need to control this gun as well. It has a fair amount of recoil. So to control that, we got this on. Magazine, we're going to go all the way to the extended mag 3. Of course, you can do 2 or 1, but I think having it all the way allows you to body multiple opponents with one magazine, especially because it has a faster fire rate. You're going to be running out of ammo consistently. Rear grip is going to be the ergonomic grip for all the movement benefits we always talk about with the, you know, the Omni movement. And the fire mod is going to be the recoil springs to give this gun as low recoil as possible with the 5 attachments that's available to us. Legitimately, this is the best way to rock this gun. And the good thing is, you know, obviously, it comes with an integrated suppressor, so we're pretty much good to go with just these 5 attachments, like running 6 attachments. Has very little recoil, especially with the visual, you know, stability now being a little bit better. You're just able to beam people a lot more easily. Now, of course, you're trying to get those super long-range kills. That's where you're not going to be able to succeed with this gun. But in the ranges that are in multiplayer, these 5 attachments are going to treat you well. Now, let's go ahead and give you guys an 8 attachment class for this gun real quick. And here's our 8 attachment class setup for the ASVAL, allowing us to have the optic of the Kepler Microflex, stock of the balance stock, and the laser Stralock laser, all for ADS, accuracy, movement, and whatever the case may be. And, I mean, you really don't need these extra attachments. The gun is even more of a laser beam because you have a red dot, you're able to see things a lot clearly. So even those super far ranges might be just a little bit easier for you to hit. So use the 8 attachment build or use the 5 attachment build. The ASVAL is a killer machine. And there you guys go. We got all 5 ARs that I think are the best currently within Black Ops 6 multiplayer. I love these ARs. I'm more of a fan of an SMG, but especially that XM4, one of my favorites. The Krig, one of my favorites. It's too easy to use the ARs in this game, in my opinion. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/MarkOverHero if you guys want to see some gameplay live. And don't forget to like and subscribe if these AR loadouts help you succeed more within Black Ops 6 MP. Have some fun time. Enjoy the free trial of your free trial player. And let me know what other videos I should make. Make sure you guys watch the rest of these videos on the channel. You guys will be entertained. And thanks for being the best. I love you all.